Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 12 of our Direwolf20 Feed the Beast Let's Play. So I did quite a bit of work between this episode and the last one. I did a lot of mining, and during that time this had the opportunity to run. So you can see here I made this device called the mana distributor, and what this does is it evenly distributes the mana it receives, so in this case from these mana spreaders, into adjacent mana pools. So I put 3 mana pools down, and these are all full, and this one is full as well. So we have quite a bit of mana, and that will definitely last us for at least a pretty good time. So you can see up there I cut off the fluid duct from our ender tank to our floodgate, just so we're not wasting any lava, so we don't really need this running for the time being, simply because we have a lot of mana. So I think we are later in this episode going to come back here and make some cool stuff for Botania. But the first thing I want to do today is come back over here to our starting out base. So if we go down here, you can see I kind of decorated, well, not really decorated, but made it look a little bit better. It was just dirt and cobble and stone down here, so now I just kind of put the walls using the chisel mod with this kind of cobblestone pattern, and kept the floor, put some glowstone down, and you can see I built a little hallway over here, which is where we'll extend our base and expand when we're getting into new mods. And today I want to do something pretty cool. Now I've been using this iron armor for a while, and I've just been remaking it when it runs out of durability, and you know, that's alright, but I want to get a better source of armor. And so to start out, you can see while I was caving I got a whole bunch of more essence berry bushes, and these are going to be really key in what we're going to do today. So you can see here I made this harvester from Mine Factory Reloaded, and this allows us, it's kind of in the name you can kind of tell it harvests random crops, whatever you put in front of it. So if we take our precision sledgehammer, which is kind of the wrench equivalent in Mine Factory Reloaded, you can see the area that this harvester will affect. And so this is how we're going to harvest XP. So essentially today we're making an XP farm, and what I want to do is come back behind here a little bit, and we're gonna need to hook power up to our harvester here. So let's go into our bat mode, just so we can make this easier to move around in the tight spaces. So this right here, sorry about that guys, I'm back. For some reason when I went to right click on our power monitor here, it crashed my game, so I'm gonna not do that again. But anyway, back where we left off, I put this side as an output on our capacitor bank, and so I'm just gonna run some conduit, some energy conduit, over to our harvester over here, and this should supply it with power. Awesome. So this is ready to work. So if we repair our little wall here, this is ready to harvest. So let's plant our essence berry bushes, and these are obviously what this is going to harvest and get the XP from. So before we do anything else, we're going to need a couple more items. I'm going to switch back to my human form now, and we're going to need some item ducts and also some fluid ducts. We'll probably need a little bit more fluid ducts, so let's get those on the go here. Alright, so I also need an autonomous activator from up here before I forget. Alright, now that we have all of this stuff, we should be able to get going. And forgot another thing we're gonna need. We're gonna need a vacuum hopper. So if we make this, it's just obsidian, a hopper, and an eye of ender. So we can definitely do that. I'll get not a blaze rod, an ender pearl, blaze powder, a hopper, which is going to be 5 iron, a chest, and I believe the other thing was a piece of obsidian. Make this eye of ender, and we should be able to make ourselves, oh wait, nope, I didn't make the hopper. Now we should be able to make the vacuum hopper. Alright, so essentially what we're going to do is, obviously this is going to harvest the essence berry bushes, and then I'm going to pump them to a device. Now how do I want to do this? I'm not 100% sure. Let's get our conduit back out here, and then I'll clear a little bit area above here. I think this should work. Okay, so we'll get our item conduit, and we'll have this, set it on extract, always active, so whenever this gets any essence berry bushes in it in its internal inventory, this will suck them out, and we're going to put them into our, not terrain smasher, I thought I had another autonomous activator, but I must not, so let's make one. Autonomous activator. Okay, so this is going to need pneumatic servo, piston, so we're going to need some of this, glass, iron, and redstone. So we can make this, we can make this, we could probably make one of these, and we need 2 tin gears, so let's get 8 tin and get that going. Alright, so now we should be able to, make our autonomous activator. Alright, so now let's go back down. So if we go back over here, we can put our autonomous activator down, and hopefully this wrench allows me to rotate it. It does. Alright, so configuration, we're going to have the input right, not there. That should work. So our input's going to be here. So this is going to take the items, and it's going to, which way is that? That's west. We're going to extract, always active, and insert. Now this is going to, whenever it gets in berry in here, you can see it's going to right click the berry, and that's going to produce XP orbs for us, just how if I were to take a berry and right click it, I would get XP. So, and then we'll put our vacuum hopper down, and you can see this has a tab for XP. It's for XP output. So if we put an output up here, I'm hoping a fluid duct will be able to connect to this output, and it does look like it'll be able to. So if we come up here, I want to get to a flying mod just so this is a little easier on us. I'll just go to a bat. So hopefully I can come up here and do this. So we're going to extract the liquids that this vacuum hopper takes, and we're going to move them. Let's think. This will be alright for now. We can put it right here, and we're going to put them into our experience obelisk, which I made a while ago off camera. And what this does, it just holds an infinite amount of XP. So all the XP I've ever gotten, I've stored in here, and you can see I have 71 levels in there. So we'll just make sure that it's on insert here. And so let's go get some essence berries upstairs to test this out. I think we have quite a few stored up here. So the plan is, when these bushes grow, the harvester is going to harvest the berries on them, and then it's going to take it from its inventory into the autonomous activator, which you can see is producing XP orbs, and ideally that vacuum hopper is sucking them up, which doesn't look like it's doing a very good job of. But if we come over here, maybe we need to configure this as an, that would be a pool. Got a lot of XP in my face. I'm gonna switch back into my human form. But hopefully, ideally what's supposed to be happening right now is this vacuum hopper is supposed to be sucking the experience up, but it doesn't look like it is for some reason. Alright guys, I'll be right back when I figure this out, hopefully. Alright guys, so I got it working. I don't know why it wasn't working before, but what I did was put just an open blocks tank above this. I don't know if the fluid conduits and the output on there for the XP are compatible. They must not be, because I put some fluid I put that tank there, and then the fluid conduit's extracting from the tank, and you can see it's working fine now. The vacuum hopper's taking the XP, putting it up in that tank, and putting it in the experience obelisk. You can see it's filling up. So now here it's pretty awesome. We have ourselves a fully automatic XP farm. So let's go back up, get some blocks to fill in our wall here, and in order to speed this up, I could get like a watering can or something, but for now, and probably in the future, I'm gonna want to move this like somewhere over here, just because this is gonna be my enchanting area, and so because of that, I went ahead and got the materials necessary for a machine called from Ender.io called the Enchanter. So you can see here, we can make it just like that, and we'll put this down just right here next to our chest. And I'm actually gonna switch. But anyway, this machine is really cool. It doesn't require any power as far as I know. All you need is, I believe I need a feather to get a book and quill. Yep. So let's go get ourselves some feathers up here. They would be in this chest. 11 feathers, that should be fine for now. But anyway, what this allows you to do is, whereas in vanilla Minecraft, in order to get, good enchantments, it's really just pure luck, right? But this allows you to, I'll just make all of this. This enchanter allows you to put items in with the book and quill, and you're guaranteed to get that enchantment. So for example, I could put 16 dark steel in with the book. It'll cost me 5 levels, and I'll for sure get a protection 1 book. So this allows us to really choose what we want for our armor, and that's why I made this XP farm and had this in the same area. So whenever I need XP, I can just come over here and I can say, oh, I'll retrieve 10 levels, so I can do this certain enchantment, and if I have any left over, I can put it back. So essentially we're just getting an infinite amount of XP, and we can use that to enchant stuff. So this room, I think, is pretty much fully functional, fully done. So let's go back up to our Botania area and see what we can do up there. So I'm going to put this stuff back, and we'll go over to our Botania area and check out what's going on. So as you guys saw, I have a lot of mana, so we can definitely get going with a lot of stuff in Botania. And what I want to do is make a couple more baubles and accessories. Now, last episode, I believe, we made this ring of magnetization, which is really awesome. And then so the other thing I want to make is called the Sojourner's Sash. Now this belt increases your jump, it increases your walk speed, and it increases your it gives you a step up ability. So if there's like one block, you can step up without having to jump. So this is going to require 4 leather, some runes, and mana steel. So I'm going to get some materials necessary for this, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back, and I have all of the materials necessary, I believe. So we're going to need 4 leather, the rune of air, rune of earth, and mana steel. So if we look over here, I have the rune of earth, a rune of air, I have the 4 leather on me, and mana steel. So I think that was everything. So if we come in here and we do this, that was down there, and then the 4 leather, we have our Sojourner's Staff. So let's equip this on our belt slot, and you can automatically already tell that we're moving a lot more quickly than we were. And so for example, we can just come down here and you can see we have the step assist, so that's really awesome. And our jump is higher too, so that's cool. So I think that's all I want to do with Botania today. I will definitely progress further in the future, but for now, like I said before, I was concentrating on getting a better source of armor, just because our iron armor isn't really cutting it all that well now. So off camera I did a whole bunch of stuff, and got some fluxed electrum ingot, which is fluxed electrum blend and pyrotheum dust in an induction smelter. And so this is just electrum blend with redstone on it, and the pyrotheum dust is just coal, sulfur, redstone, and blaze powder. So I got a lot of that, and I also got flux crystals, which are just a diamond with redstone on them. So 48 diamonds is what this is costing us, plus a lot of electrum and a lot of redstone. So this is quite an upgrade that we're doing here. I did it off camera just because it took a while to get everything necessary, all of the materials necessary to craft this stuff. And what we're making is flux infused armor. So this stuff is extremely good compared to redstone. So you can tell it costs us 48 diamonds, which is 2 diamond armor sets. So you can kind of tell by that it's going to be pretty good armor. So we're going to need 24 of these fluxed armor platings, which is going to require, we'll put, I don't know how many nuggets we're going to need exactly, but let's just do that for now. So let's go ahead and make ourselves, we can make 10 like that. We'll make a couple more nuggets and see how many we can make now. 11, almost there. Should only need 3 more. Awesome. So now we have ourselves this fluxed armor plating, and you just craft it like you would craft any other armor. And this stuff is gonna be really nice. So let's get this crappy iron off and put our flux stuff on. So you can see we don't have any armor rating down here, and that's because these require power in the form of RF. So what we're gonna do is make a machine from Ender.io called the wireless charger. So let's just search wireless charger to make it easier. So this wireless charger is pretty expensive. We're gonna need an octadic capacitor, some electrical steel. So how much of that do I have? I have enough of that, which is nice. It's gonna save us a little bit of time. And we're also gonna need an ender resonator, which is gonna require our slice and splice, 2 silicone, 2 solarium. So let's get that stuff. 2 solarium, 2 silicone, and an ender head, enderman head. So let's get that stuff. And then we're also going to need some vibrant alloy, which is ender pearl and energetic alloy. So let's go get us some materials to craft ourselves some energetic alloy. We'll do half a stack. That should last us a while. So we're going to need 32 of that. And we'll get all of this stuff cooking in our alloy smelter. And then I'm going to go upstairs, and it's definitely a lot quicker than I was. It's going to take some getting used to, but it's pretty awesome. And we'll get our ender pearls. So let's go back down. Use our slice and splice, which is going to be this, this, this. And that stuff should be making its way in here. And for now, I'm just going to do this. And we're going to need more of this stuff in the future, so we'll just make a couple of it. And we're going to get that going. So now let's go upstairs and make ourselves some capacitors, which is going to require some copper. I believe we're going to need 8 to make one octadic, because we're going to need 4, or no, yeah, we're going to need 4. And the the basic ones are redstone, copper, and gold nuggets. So I think we should have enough. Oh, I made 5, that's fine. And then we're going to need some coal dust and energetic alloys. So let's go back down, get some of that stuff. Get us this going again. And we're going to need 2, so we're going to need 4 of those total. So let's get our pulverized coal ready, those ready. Yeah, 2 of those are going to make 1, so we need, yeah, I was right, we do need 8. So I think we're going to need just some more gold. Get that back in my inventory. Need some more redstone. So there's 4 more. Go back down. Put those in here. And then our energetic alloys. We're going to get 4 double layers and glowstone and 2 of these. Forgot the glowstone. Alright, so we should hopefully have everything for an octadic capacitor, and our ender resonator should be done. And if we can put all this together, we have ourselves a wireless charger. Now I'm going to put this, let's just go maybe like behind here. Well, that's where we have that. Here should be good. So let's put, whoops, we'll put this down right here. So that should be getting power. And you can see our boots now are charging with RF energy. So that's what this wireless charger does. It's a really cool machine because it will charge anything that needs a charge in your inventory, just using your main base's power. So these should kick on soon just because we're draining quite a bit of power, but you can see down there our armor rating is going up. And what I also did off camera was enchanted a whole bunch of books with just level 1. So you can see here I have a whole bunch of wrecking. I'm not sure what that does, but I have a lot of sharpness, power books, efficiency books, and I got a whole bunch of protection 1 books as well. And you can see I got 4 protection 1 books. So if my memory serves me correct, you are actually able to enchant the fluxed infused armor. So as this charges up, let's put some of this crap back in our sorting system here. We'll put that stuff in there, and then we can put the rest of this stuff in our inventory, and I'll send those back to our Britannia area. And we can also just go upstairs and to trash our old iron armor. Alright, so now we just have our helmet to fill up after this is done, and we will be good. So you can see we have that full armor rating down at the bottom there. And the last thing I wanted to do with our armor here is put protection on it. So you can see we can enchant this armor, which is just adding a whole nother layer of protection, no pun intended, on our armor. So we'll do that. We'll do these. They're kind of glitchy. And we'll do that. So we have all of those enchanted, and that is full of power, and we'll get that protection 4 on there. So now we have full protection 4 fluxed infused armor. So we're pretty good for a while. There's not going to be any vanilla mobs able to kill us in the near future. So I think I want to do one more thing for this episode now that we have that charger. So I'm going to go get some materials, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and the last thing I want to do today is make some redstone flux capacitors from thermal expansion. So in order to do that, we're going to need first leadstone, and I'll make 3 of those. We're going to need to make them hardened. Oh, that's not good. You can see our wireless charger is making them charge, so that's why that's happening, but we can do. I think this should still work. It'll just hold the charge of the leadstone ones. So actually, that's not working. Unless I got the recipe wrong. It's invert. Oh, I did get the recipe wrong. It's 10 at the bottom there. So we'll replace that with 10. So yeah, we're gonna get 3 of these, and last one. And then lastly, we're gonna make them redstone, or what are they called? Redstone flux capacitors. And then we're gonna need some electrum for that. And we'll put them back, and now we have ourselves some of these. Now, we can add these to our tinker tools over here. So, for example, if I put that down and that down, you can see it adds a modifier flux. So I'll do that. And you can see now our tool has 2 million RF capacity on it. So that's equivalent to a durability. So I'm going to do this on my shovel as well, and lastly on my hammer. So now all 3 of my pick, my digging tools, my pick, my shovel, and my hammer have a lot of RF on them for a buffer. So what's going to happen is, you know, whenever I go caving for a while, come back, or whenever I'm in the vicinity of my base, I'm not 100% sure the range on this charger here. I think it's pretty good range, so this probably covers at least the whole upper part of my base and most of my base down here. So let's try and go over here and see if we're still charging. Yeah, we're still charging, so it's a pretty nice range on that wireless charger. And what that's going to do, like I said, whenever I'm in the vicinity of my base, my tools are going to charge. So I really don't need to worry about durability all that much, which is really awesome. And I'll probably do the same with my manual and broadsword once I'm able to get another modifier on that. But that's not going to happen until a little bit later. Actually, probably pretty soon we'll be able to do that. But for now, I think this is a great wrapping up point for this episode. It's finally the weekend. I have a nice 3-day long weekend in front of me, so I'm going to get hopefully an episode out each day of this weekend, starting today on Saturday. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out a lot. It tells me that you guys are enjoying it, and it gives me motivation to make more videos. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one.